Greetings, folks. Thank you for joining me today. Much appreciated. I am donning a life vest, as I like to call it, because bullet safe will protect you from a bullet. It really will. A couple of weeks ago, we did a little show and tell on this thing. I just wanted to bring it up again. Bullet safe, bulletproof vests. In this world of all the craziness that's going on, balloons flying overhead, a bulletproof vest will be helpful in the event you find yourself in a dangerous situation. Yeah, and it might not be a bad idea to get something like this, or at least the panels that go in backpacks. If you have kids, you may want to consider doing that. But what has come to mind is I got to thinking about EMPs, or electromagnetic pulses. And I don't know why, but it's one of those things that we haven't been talking about. And I was wondering, how do you protect your electronics? In this case, I've got radios, from EMPs. Now, the theory is EMPs don't do anything directly to the human, but they do create havoc in electronic devices, computers, radios, all sorts, anything that's got your car anymore. I mean, believe it or not, our Honda, we've got a Honda CR-V, and it's got electric brakes. That is, there's an electric motor. When you press a button, the electric motor goes and it clamps down on the brake for the emergency brake.
The electric parking brake is extremely easy to set and release.
You know what happens when the power goes out on that car and there's no way to stop that car?
The electric parking brake will also release automatically.
Because everything is electric, you just kind of keep rolling. So even something like that is very concerning, because our cars, everything is electronic based. Very little of our modern stuff is cables, pulleys, and hydraulics, that kind of thing. And even if you have an electronic ignition or computerized car ignition stuff, you go to turn the key after an EMP, you're not going anywhere. So what can you protect? How do you protect it? And I thought, and I've seen a lot of things on the internet of how to do this. So I thought, I'm gonna try it myself. I'm gonna try a few different methods. I'm gonna take you along with me, and we're gonna figure out how to build a little Faraday cage. You can look that up. That should keep us from getting, pulsed and destroying things like radios. Now, I know this all sounds kind of tinfoil hatty and all of that, and I don't mean to come across that way, because I'm really not that way. But it just got me thinking. And some of the things I've been seeing gets me thinking, what are we doing to protect ourselves? So I thought I'd bring a practical approach, try a few experiments, take you along with me. And I will say down in the comments, if you have experience with Faraday cages and protections against EMPs, I'd like to hear from you. Okay, so leave comments down below. Okay, without further ado, let's move on to the first experiment. Okay, how does the inside of my safe work as a Faraday cage? Let's find out.
All right, does the inside of a safe work as a Faraday cage? I get the feeling it doesn't.
Okay, microwave oven should work pretty good, right? I mean, microwaves don't come out and bombard me, do they?
Okay, does this work as a Faraday cage if I'm inside a microwave oven?
Evidently not. Now I've got an ammo cabinet that is made of metal. It's got a lot of ammo in it, so there's a lot of lead surrounding it. And then I've got one container down there that's filled with ammo, and it's a metal can. And I'm going to take the radio, shove it down in there. Will this work as a Faraday cage? Let's find out. Okay, after doing some more research on Faraday cages, EMPs, radio frequencies, and I do understand the concept quite a bit. Played with radios all my life and all that kind of thing. But one of the things that I missed was that in a Faraday cage, you shouldn't have any long seams that are not protected. So, like in the case of that ammo can, well, that ammo can has a rubber gasket on it. So theoretically, radio waves could pass through there. Now, it's not going to be super efficient, but, you know, if we're talking about an EMP taking something out, I guess you want to take every precaution you possibly can. Plus, the Faraday cage is going to be most effective if it is continuous metal encased without like a rubber gasket or something. Which leads me to something else. The microwave oven, microwaves don't come out and bombard me, do they? Is all metal on the inside, but it has plastic where the metal from the door, even though around the window is metal, there's plastic around the door that touches up against the metal on the main body. And I was still getting radio frequencies in and out of a microwave, and it's supposed to stop microwaves. What is that telling me? Maybe it's not stopping microwaves very efficiently, or maybe because they are so small, the microwave is easier to stop because higher frequencies are easier to divert than lower frequencies. Now, an EMP is just going to be one big old boom, and it's probably going to have frequencies from a wide range of things to cause a lot of damage. Something to think about. Anyway, I thought I'm going to take some aluminum foil. I'm going to take a cardboard box. I'm going to line it so that there aren't any gaps as best I possibly can, and put the radio inside there, and we'll take a look and we'll test that out. Let's wrap this thing first. Let's take some aluminum foil that I previously used. Let's put it down in the bottom. And let's make sure that I have enough overlap, because I think that's going to be key. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to go from here all the way down, and same thing the other way. Might as well, right? I've got nothing else better to do with my aluminum foil. How much do I need? Probably about that much. Oh no! I came up short. I think I'm going to be okay with that. I think so, especially if I fold this down first. No, if I fold it down last, because then everything else will follow suit. All right. Going to take our trusty handy talkies. I'm going to stick that baby in there. We'll throw my little camera in there, and we'll see what happens.
Use our Amazon link down below. When you do, it helps us out and it doesn't cost you a penny more. And after using the link, save it to your bookmarks so you can have easy access to it in the future. Thank you.
So I said I was going to fold this down first, then maybe this side. And it looks like I have some continuous or contiguous, what's the word?
Contiguous.
Oh, let's try one thing even more. Let's take some HVAC tape, which is a metal-based, aluminum-based, sticky tape thing, and seal this up. Now, I have pretty much metal everywhere. Let's see if it works.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
You know what? It failed again. All right, I'm desperate. I've got the radio in here. Haven't touched it. What I do have is a metal garbage can, small little trash can, that is so difficult to open. Nobody can get in there, except for maybe an EMP. All right, I'm gonna put this in there. And now continuous metal, as close to continuous metal as I can. Okay, let's try the radio. Checking 1, 2.
I don't know. I hear it.
I can't create a Faraday cage to save my life. All right, last ditch effort. You know, this is pretty miserable. All right, gonna take the radio and the aluminum foil, and I'm gonna make a little hot pocket.
I dropped my hot pocket.
And I'm gonna take the other piece of aluminum and I'm gonna wrap it the other way. Then I'm gonna dump it inside that little trash can. Alright, is that working? I may have solved the problem. Checking 1, 2, 3. Is it working? I think this is the solution. So, because I can't hear very well in the can.
I've only had it in the can once, but I'm definitely getting it in the can again.
It's not working. Because otherwise I'd probably hear it. Okay, let's take it out of the aluminum and see what happens. All right, I'm going to take it out of the aluminum. I think it worked, and I won't know until I play this back. But I just kind of lightly wrapped it around, made a hot pocket, stuck it in the tin can. All right, I'm going to just put the radio in there and see if I would have heard it. I know, that's silly. Of course I would have. Okay, would I have heard it? Yes, I'm hearing it ambiently out here.
There it is, folks.
I figured it out. Make sure you wrap things twice with aluminum foil, then put it in a metal container that has metal continuous all the way around it. Because then radio waves couldn't get in. I don't know if they could get out. I couldn't press the button. I couldn't fit in the little trash can to figure that out. But at least radio waves of, little handy talkie talks couldn't get in. So if you have any idea how to build a proper Faraday cage, and I looked at the internet, there's a lot of stuff out there, and that's kind of what prompted me. That and Wrangler Star, he did a little experiment, and I thought, darn, there's got to be, rather than that, there's got to be a bigger container, and I guess it isn't quite as simple as that. And I had to prove it to myself, and I thought I'd bring it to you. So I think close proximity of the aluminum foil around the radio, and then 2 layers of that, and then put it inside of a metal container, that'll work well. The reason why I put it in such a large container, because I've seen it done with ammo cans, and that seems kind of small. I'd want to be able to put a few things in there, not just something that fits in an ammo can. But just wrap everything that you want to protect from an EMP. Wrap it in tin foil twice. Seems to be the thing. You can wrap it like a little hot pocket. It doesn't have to be close. It just has to be around it, and then put it in a metal can of some sort. And there you go. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but if what do you think? If you were to wrap yourself in aluminum foil and you had a pacemaker, would you be protected? I don't know anything about pacemakers, but that was something that came to mind, was if you've got a pacemaker, I do not. But if you should, is it already EMP protected? Because EMP really doesn't, as far as we know, do any permanent damage to the human. But if the human is relying on electro processes of some sort, like a pacemaker, is that going to cause a problem? If you're an expert, I want to hear from you. If you're not an expert, don't bother. But if you have some idea or you know somebody that's a doctor that can help me out, and just understand that so we can all learn from that. And then the whole metal tin foil hat thing, I think 2 layers will probably help. And it might even help if you stick something like this, like that, you may be able to receive radio waves even better from outer space. I've got more videos. They're coming. Check up here or over here or wherever that is, and I'll see you on the next video.